Welcome everybody to this Grasshopper tutorial. I'm going to show you a simple script in Human UI interface in Grasshopper, where we, for example, can collect the layer one default roof and extract the error value of each layer. And then with some text boxes, we can update each value. And so we are getting different results, which we can compare with the default air value. This is the resistance of the material. And then with other text boxes, we can describe what are the changes, what are the new layers in this material. And now let's get into the video. Okay, hello, already in the Grasshopper environment, and I'm gonna need the Human UI interface in order to create a window objects with elements in it, like on my display, and I'm gonna deal with this data later on. First, let's show this empty control window, and I already can give it a name. Now let's go to roof layers. So now my first construct is gonna be very similar to what I've done in my previous videos. I'm gonna search for some standard default constructions for roof, and I'm going to be able to select them with item selector. So this is what I'm going to be used. I can change between the different constructions. Let's deconstruct construction. Taking the layers. So I had to connect this one. Okay, now there are only the layers of my constructions. I have one R value, but let's just take the R value of each material in these constructions. So I'm going to deconstruct material. The three R values, the resistances. And I want to change them later on, so I need to see each material with each R value in this Human UI interface. This is going to be with create text box, where the labels are the materials, like title, and the default text are each R values. And let's just straight connect this to elements. And now this is going to be element. Of course, I want to put some name on it to know what is it about. For example, big data, it's called create data table. Our value of the big construction, the whole construction, is going to be my data, column headings. For example, I could rename it like a value default, because this is going to be my default roof construction. And like holding shift, I can put it also in my elements. Now I can see that the sum of these all elements here for this roof are giving this R value of the whole construction. I could change it to some other thing, and I can see that it's updating here. Can we change these R values? There is some component called value listener from Human UI, and what it does is takes the elements. So here I don't have to see the branches, but the each value of each layer. So with this value listener, we can take the sum, see our new result. So you see, for example, I already see 2.117, because I've changed here the values, and this was my R value default, which I've taken from here, R value of the construction, and I just put it in the data table, and I've put it the title on it, and goes directly to the elements. But now I have this new result, and I want to have it showed, to have it like also like results on my interface. So here I'm gonna need the second data table, and this is very interesting setting of human UI, that you could not directly connect the value listener, something that is gonna dynamically change. You can't put it directly to the results because you're gonna take the error. The meaning is that we have to have some, let's say, default data table with some random value that we're going to change. So this is gonna have a name, our value, not our value default. This is the table to set. This also is going to be in our results. So now we have this value 5, but we want to change it with our new listen value. So we change here something, we get it with this component, we take the sum and we feed it back again to our setting. And now we see, if I were to change here something, we are not able to see it yet, but I want to be able to change something directly and be able to see the difference here in our value default and between our value default and our value. In order to do that, I'm gonna need the new construct called from human. So from this interface is called, or from this plugin, called first get selected objects comparing with enable disable object. And here we have the dynamic button select. Here is gonna take place our new values, but I want to need the toggle. This is from human UI, create toggle. Oh, sorry, let's just show the bifocals. This is the create toggle. I need a boolean toggle, some label. I'm gonna call this the refresh button. Let's see, so we need the value from this toggle, that collecting the value if it's true or false goes back here. So this is the very important part. So the toggle, I need to see it on my interface. First place, let me dot O and connecting first the toggle and my default resistance, updated data table, and of course my text box for the layers. This is what I get. Here I want these values, so the new one that I'm changing, just select them and clicking here. Now let's test it. So the arrow value is updating by clicking the refresh button. And now, in the end, how could I make it more interesting? Let's just use some text boxes. Text box 2 times, and our well-known method with create a set. Sorry, here the red component, set text box. text box contents exactly. So first of all, I could change here something. Okay, I could refresh it, but then how uh, here are standing my old names of roofs. For example, with this text box, I can structure something further to be able to change these names. Maybe there are different methods, but now I'm a little bit happy with this one. So here, like label, I'm taking the values. Text box, this is gonna be the new. These are the new text box contents, and this is and here I'm gonna take the layers again. And here, as we remember, we could not connect directly this text box as it is connected to the values. We couldn't connect it to the elements, but we need the second text box to modify, again with the default text from the layers. And now this, the set one text box, is going to be here. Let's just test something. For example, I'm changing this. Yes, here changes also. So this was the right method. And here I could, let's say, delete this and make something my own titles. For example, this is some other insulation and so on. Let's make another test. And every time it's showing this big default text box name. Where I could change the appearance, just element appearance. This text box, just choose a color. Okay, for example, like that, you could play with the colors. And now let's see if I were to change something different layers. Yes, here I have a few more layers in this roof, and I always have default values in this text box, which I can update. And with the button, I'm getting the new R value, which I compare it with the old one. And here I am also getting the updated R values, and I write something else, and so on. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.